Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Tilly, at your service. Today we're taking a look at the neutrals, or naturals, uh, whatever floats your boat. This is the last of the Desmodus. Same color, different region in the stacked version. Um, and then we start pushing out the collection videos. I think that's what we're doing this time. So I filmed a Nana collection earlier today. This is the first one that will be out. And then I'm also gonna say this so I don't like repeat myself later. I think you can kind of tell, especially if I turn this way. We're kind of have the same situation that we had with the Shadow Mains, where the grays kind of look the same, more or less on the body. Uh, and I might repeat myself like a lot of times in this video and say stuff along the lines of, you don't need to keep all of them. Choose one, choose your poison, and then skip the rest of them. There's no point. Um, Also, I usually just say white and black, occasionally a gray, but it's rare, so I don't know the color namers. Namers? No. I mix name and numbers? English is hard. I don't know the color names or numbers, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna have to put on the text occasionally to see what's what, because I just don't know. I know this is 36. This is the albino white, which obviously doesn't look particularly white when it comes to its wings. They seem to have like a red base color, and then you kind of like spray paint a white over it. I don't know why they chose to did that. To did that? What English is that? To do that? Um, yeah. Kind of disappointed. I wish the membrane actually got white. And then we have 4 grays. Uh, actually pretty much 5. They look almost identical. So we have 227 and 18, which I'm pretty sure are identical. No need to say both. And then we have 214 and 218. I think one is more. Yeah, one seems to be darker, one seems to be slightly, like a smidge lighter. Not much of a difference. And these two, what was 214 and where are you? 55. They are pretty much identical. Same goes for these. 55 is the near white color. Um, Obviously, it's the same case. You don't need to say both. Or maybe you don't even want to say one. I would just say 36 to be fair. I'm just saying. And then we have 14? Is that what you are? 13? Okay, so we have 13 and 14 next to it. Yeah, so slightly deeper gray. I think it's just called gray. And then 14, I think it's just called black. Not true black though. It's more of a deep, really deep gray in a lot of circumstances. I was gonna say that's not the word. In a lot of when you put this color on a lot of different animals, 14 doesn't look particularly black. It looks more gray rather than black. And then we have these two are also very similar. Like they're not identical, but very close. And this is the near black color, so this would be 55. No. 56. I know that. Why did I call this 55? Okay, that's gonna annoy me. I'm not gonna record the video though, just because I said it wrong. You're just gonna have to like, yeah. But this is, put up with it, basically. This is the 56 near black. But those are like really close to each other. Nobody would know. And then we have the actual black. Which one of these colors are actually called, which is 79. And then we have 201, which is just called black dye. These are identical, from what I can tell. 201 sometimes shows off blacker, I would say, than 79 on certain animals. I either save 201 or occasionally save both to save space. Also, as you can see, the two to the right are slightly lighter. And on these, it's not as obvious. Like on the Desmodus, it's not as obvious. But on other animals, you can see it more clearly. But as you can see, if you want the kind of like the black, and if you don't care to get the blackest black, depending on how much you can breed, or if you're an official, if you have your own survey like us, who have like the breeding, like cooldowns and everything hyped, like hiked off, hype. I was gonna say hyped. That's not the right word. Hiked up all the way to be in as short as possible. It still takes a long time for me to do these videos and put them together, stacking all of them. Even if I pretty much have instant breeding, you still have to take into consideration like gestation, because it has to do the gestation time. So I don't even want to imagine what you're going through on official over my dead body. Because this takes enough time as it is. Yeah. So if you don't mind not having the blackest black, and you're fine with 55 and 14, which is near black, and the one that's just called black, it's like, you know, you don't need black dye or actual black, which is 201 or 79. And we have some more grays, I believe. Yeah, 226 and 35. These are also identical grays, slightly lighter than the previous ones. And then we have 62 and 63 and 64. This is when we start going into like worm leading grays or brownie grays. That's the, it's like the deeper, medium, lightest version of it. So that's the 60. 62, 63, 64 range of the warm grays. Then we go into the browns. So I believe we have 34. But no, not 34, 32 apparently. And then 37. So I believe 37 to like, is it, what number are you? 41? I believe those are the one that's called, they're called fur or wolf fur, I believe. Like, and then they have different numbers to them. Or like fur, wolf fur based, something like that. Something with wolf and fur. Which obviously kind of makes sense. So we have 38, 39 and 40, and then 41 in the corner. What can I say? They're brown. Maybe the only one that I would potentially save is this one. But that's kind of more gray than gray leaning, right? Than brown. So, yeah. That's all of the fur range. And then we have the darker browns, which would be 223. And what are you? 34? I believe I put these together next to each other because they're very close to each other. So rather than putting 34 over there next to 32, I put it next to this one because they're identical. You don't have to see both. And then we have one that's like, those are more cool toned. And then we have one that's more warm leaning. I think this is maybe 15. Yeah. Which is obviously more of a reddy brown. And then what is the last one? 203 is the last one. I think this is the one that's called mud. Uh, it's kind of like a diarrhea brown in a way. I think it's the mud dye. But that's all of them. That's all the hideous brown colors. Obviously, brown isn't the hideous color, like, in all occasions, all the time. But I just feel like if you're gonna take the time to mutate, and like, why would you put browns or grays? Like, the white and black is nice. Usually, the neon-y or like the really vivid colors in this game pop off against the black or white. The contrasts like help. Um, so they make sense to me. Black and white make sense to me. The grays that look almost identical doesn't make sense to me. Nor does the browns that looks pretty much identical. Uh, at least it's more spread out again in the brown than what it is in the gray. But yeah, that's been the neutrals or naturals. And the last Desmodus stacked, same color, different regions. And after this, the collections will start going up. I figured this time we'd put all the stacked ones up first, and then start going into the collections. So I filmed another collection earlier today. That will come up after this one, and then I'll go down the line like I usually do. Um, that's what we're doing. I hope this helps you. I hope you enjoyed, if you can enjoy browns and grays. Um, comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate the fact that you're watching. And if you're commenting, it makes my day. Thank you. And then I hope you have a good day wherever you are in the world. And I will talk to you later. Toodles.